And then, brothers and sisters, in regards to the death of the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that sickness and that hardship that he was going through, the companions, brothers and sisters, they mention, as occurs in the hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha, that the Messenger during that period, brothers and sisters, for the period of somewhere in the region of 5 days or 4 days, the Messenger became absent after being carried out to Salah and after being carried out to lead. The Messenger sallallahu thereon after began to become, because of his sickness, he was absent from even the Salah. Because of the hardship that was upon him, the Messenger sallallahu remained in the apartment of Aisha radiallahu anha. And the Messenger sallallahu, brothers and sisters, on an occasion when he was absent for a number of days, the Messenger sallallahu, while they were in Salah, he removed, or he lifted and raised the veil or the screen that separated the apartment of Aisha from the masjid. And so while the companions were in Salah, they said, verily we were put under fitna when we saw the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam raise the veil. And it was a fitna for us in our Salah, that after him being absent for all of those days, then we saw the Messenger of Allah reappear. And we saw the veil of Aisha radiallahu anha, or of her apartment, be lifted. And so no doubt we were filled with happiness and we were filled with joy when we saw that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam had raised the veil. And he said, after that, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he raised the veil, and then he smiled at his companions, ridwanullahi alayhim, and then, brothers and sisters, he went back into the apartment of Aisha radiallahu anha. And then the Messenger of Allah, brothers and sisters, laid himself in the apartment. And Aisha radiallahu anha informed us that indeed, as the companions, they said likewise, that we were filled with joy when we saw the face of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he lifted that veil. And when we looked at him, and he began to smile at us, and we were filled with joy, as we perceived that the Messenger of Allah had regained strength. And then he lowered the screen and lowered the veil, and returned back into the apartment of Aisha radiallahu anha. And then, brothers and sisters, he laid down in the lap of Aisha radiallahu anha. And Aisha radiallahu anha gives us the account, ikhwan, of that which took place. She said, إِنَّ مِن نِعْمِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى عَلَيَّ أَنَّ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ توفي في بيتي ويومي وبين سحري ونهري. She said that indeed from the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon me was that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he passed away in my apartment on my day, while he was lying between Sahri wa Nahri. Sahri, the Sahr, the Nahar is the area of the neck, and the Sahar is the area of the navel or the lap. He passed away while he was lying in that region between the lap of Aisha radiallahu anha, between her chest and her lap. She said, وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ جَمَعَ بَيْنَ رِيقِي وَرِيقِهِ عِنْدَ مَوْتِهِ. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gathered between my riq, my saliva, and his saliva when he passed away. And when he passed away, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, من تدخل علي عبد الرحمن. she mentioned, دخل علي عبد الرحمن. She said, my brother Abdul Rahman entered upon me, and in his hand was some siwak, was a miswak. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was upon me. فَرَأَيْتُهُ يَنْظُرُ إِلَيْهِ. So I saw him look upon the miswak. فَعَرَفْتُ أَنَّهُ يُحِبُّ السِّوَاكِ. And I knew that he loved miswak. فَقُلْتُ أَخُذُهُ لَكَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. So I said, shall I take it for you, O Messenger of Allah? And so he indicated with his head, and na'am. And so she took the siwak, and she said, I began to soften it with my mouth. And I gave it to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so the Messenger of Allah utilized the miswak. فجعل يدخل يده في الماء فيمسح بهما وجهه ويقول لا إله إلا الله إن للموت لسكرات. And so he put his hand in the water, and he began to wipe his face with the water, and he began to say, La ilaha illallah. Indeed, to death, or with death, there is difficulty. And then the Messenger of Allah raised his hand, and he began to say, Fi Rafiq al-A'la. Fi Rafiq al-A'la. With the highest companionship. With the highest companionship. She said, then the soul of the Messenger of Allah ﷺ was taken, and his hand began to wilt. And that, brothers and sisters, on that point we had the death and the passing away of the Messenger of Allah ﷺ.